So now that we've read the articles, or we've at least scanned the articles to figure out what's in them, and we've questioned the subheadings, and we've questioned the main ideas, we've thought about the title, we've looked at the images and the captions and the charts and the graphs, and we've pulled information together in order to comprise the body of our annotated bibliography summaries. We have to now communicate that information in a way that is meaningful for your audience and for you. Now, the one thing that you want to make sure that you do when you are organizing your article information is to put it in the same order as the original article. In other words, keep those major details in the exact same order as the original article. Why? You do this, number one, so that you can keep up with where the major details are, because eventually you're probably going to refer to this annotated bibliography when you're writing your research assignments. And the beauty of the annotated bibliography is that it's a summary, which means that the details, the major details, are already captured for you. You've already done the pre-work for that. The only thing you have to do now is go back into the article, say if you need a statistic, or if you need an anecdote or the story that someone tells about their research, say you need some direct quotes. You can go back into your annotated bibliography and see that that major detail was at the beginning of the article. And then you can see that the next detail came after that, and the next major detail after that. If you do it this way, then you can almost go directly to the page in the research article, find that subtopic or that subheading, and then look under that subheading to find the information you need in order to flesh out whatever it is that you're writing. Magic. So when you're writing this assignment, you want to make sure that you're using transition words like for, next, afterwards, then, finally, subsequently, begins, ends, things that let you know where these ideas are located. And it's a very good thing to do because it also helps the person who is reading your work know exactly where they can find these details in the articles themselves. And so you're writing to inform, and this is a good way to do it in a very organized way. And so you want to make sure that you are using location transitions in order to communicate the major details of your articles. The next thing you want to ensure that you're doing when you're writing these statements or these major details is you want to attribute the idea back to the author. It's not your idea, it's their thought, it's their research. So you have to give them credit for it. So how do you do that? You say the author communicates, the researchers explain, they go on to suggest. These types of words are better words than the author wrote. They said. You can only say that so many times before you become repetitive. And plus, you're writing for an academic audience, so you want to make sure that you are keeping a fresh writing structure to keep them interested in your work. You want to use, I don't know, more descriptive communication verbs, like the author said is very different than the author predicted, right? Or the author wrote is very different than the author questioned, or the author explained, or the author elaborated on. All of these things take your writing up a little notch to make it sound even more scholarly. So you want to make sure that you're changing your communication verbs and you're attributing these ideas back to the author, and you're using location transition words when you're writing these major details. Because after all, you're writing to inform and to communicate, not only with your audience, which is your professor, your classmates, but also with you. If you do the work on the front end and you put effort into this part of the writing process, then on the back end, I promise you will be rewarded with good writing and easy to follow summaries so that you can write your research essays even better. That's all for this time. I'll see you on the next one.